Hello and welcome to Family DynamiKs. It's Katherine.
And Liz.
And Ed.
And John.
So we just had the August birthday party. John, happy birthday.
Yeah, actually today.
Yes, I am 1/4 of the August birthdays. Correct.
Correct. Although this year for the August birthdays, there were only 2 official August birthdays in attendance. So that was John and Rosemary. We didn't get to have James and Teresa, who are the other 2 August birthdays.
We did get them via Zoom.
That's true. That is true.
I think we should explain what August birthdays are for those of you that are listening don't understand what we're talking about.
It's very complicated. It's not self-explanatory.
Kind of. I mean, all right. So there's a cluster of birthdays.
No, let's just leave it.
What? No.
Everybody knows. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go.
No, I like the idea of explaining it. Okay. So in the 8 siblings of the Killmonds, there were 8 birthdays that were all in the first week or so of what John? I'm wrong already?
Well, there aren't 8 birthdays in the first
sorry.
week.
Okay, so that was a speak on my part. What do you call that? Like wrong.
Sure. Yes, but our number 1 child, James, was born in August, then followed by the number 5.
Our brother.
Sure, yes.
Yes.
So then number 5, Rosemary, ended up being 5 days later in August. So
correct,
still
very
within
close.
First 10 days of August.
Right.
Separated by, I don't know the math on those 2. Maybe 6 years apart, 7 years apart.
They're 6. You are correct.
Thank you.
Okay, wow. All right, we've established that. Good job. All right, so the first one, James, was born in August, and then Rosemary the 5th was also born in August. Very close. So there, James is the 4th, and Rosie is the 8th? Ninth. And then the last child, you, John, also born in August,
Yeah,
the 6th.
on
Okay.
the 6th. So I was born in between. So, Rosie already crowding and, not getting enough of her own spotlight. And then I just mixed it all up
Yeah,
completely.
really.
And then the real kicker, way, way later, James, on his 3rd child,
Teresa.
on the 8th, just to really crowd right into Rosie.
Yeah. Whoosh. All right.
Which, I mean, so that is what August birthdays are. We basically, because there's 4 birthdays, all in a matter of about a week span, give or
5
take.
days.
Yeah. So instead of doing individual birthday celebrations, we just get together and have an August birthday celebration.
Correct. And I believe last year around this time, we recorded some audio at the August birthday parties. Is that right, Ed? I can't remember. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the episode that we recorded.
It was
We
at
may
my
have recorded
house,
other
yeah.
episodes,
Yeah, it
but
was
yes.
really fun.
Yeah, I was at my house last
So
year.
that was a fun episode, and that was sort of the beginning of the talking about the August birthday tradition, which is to have some kind of bigger get-together to mark all of the August birthdays to, differing degrees of excitement, meaning John is never really super excited to.
It's not that I'm not excited. Look, I mean, I get it. I'm a curmudgeon, even though I'm not technically trying to be. I just have intense opinions about petty subjects, as someone told me just 2 days ago.
Petty subjects?
Wait,
What?
Is
What are you talking
birthdays a petty subject?
I mean, in my view, yes.
Petty or like small? What do you mean by petty?
I guess small might be a better
All
term.
right.
But then if you're viewing them through that lens, then you've made them petty. Anyway, so it's not that I have anything against the whole birthday thing. I am fully on board with the joint celebration. So anytime somebody is trying to shift it from the joint celebration, now granted, if a person like, Rosemary last year wanted a special thing, totally fine. On the other hand, that doesn't make the August birthday party not for her.
Right.
It's
Okay.
still
I
not
see.
just mine or something.
Yeah.
It's still a joint thing.
Well, going back to childhood, because all these people crowded Rosemary's birthday, and it was summer, and having a summer birthday is a challenge for a kid because friends are away, you're not in school, so there's not the cupcakes or decorating the locker.
You get a joint one either at the end or the beginning of the next year.
No, a joint one at school?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
No,
really? Like
that didn't happen at St. Mel's in our era.
Look, where you're going is all totally true for Rosemary. So keep on going.
Yes. So as I was saying, Rosemary's childhood was one of begrudgingly celebrating her birthday during August, not having maybe her best friend in town for the summer party. So every year was like, I did not get a good birthday party. And in adulthood, I feel like some of that still carried over.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because there's no way she can just have that August birthday party as her party. There is no
she needs
way.
to have a separate event.
I mean, look, a lot of people like to have multiple events for their birthday. And I mean, one thing that ends up being totally easy is the fact that not everyone can be all at the same event. So it's like, oh, well, I celebrated with one group and then I celebrated with another group.
Right. It's sort of an excuse to have multiple events because you'll have like your friend group or your work group and then your family group, whatever.
But I think also, I mean, to diagnose or just have an opinion.
Dr. John, yes.
It's, it's all the middle child syndrome. That's what we're talking about here.
Well, you know my theory. I celebrate the whole month of October. I'm a middle child. My birthday falls in the middle. Halloween's
And it was
awesome.
shared.
Yes, so I just am like, hey, man, the more the merrier. Whoever wants to celebrate me. Small groups, large groups, whatever.
Right. So I think I came from a slightly different place somehow as number 8 was okay with sharing. I mean, look, I went through a many pouting and temper tantrum phases, but eventually, I think somewhat young, was quite used to sharing, and so I still don't have a problem with it.
We broke you down.
And mostly you don't pout now.
Yeah, I mean, I pout on the inside,
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
but not about this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. All right, so we just had this wonderful get-together last night at Aunt Gigi's house. I don't know why I said Aunt. Our sister Gigi. Our sister Virginia.
I will say, just recently talking amongst all, we're talking to your children or whatever, my nieces and nephews, and then amongst ourselves and then sibling, and then you go talk to someone outside and it's like, wait a minute, I'm always using the relative word. Why can't I use just one set of words?
Yeah, our sister, she is aunt to various children, I don't know, whatever. So
It's even
Virginia.
worse if you're trying to contextualize, my younger brother, who's no longer young. Just like me. I didn't mean it.
Younger than you.
Younger than
like
me.
I can still say
Like,
younger because you're younger than me.
proximity-wise,
Yeah.
Proximity to me, but that's only relevant to me, I think.
I have a hard time when I'm saying like your cousin because it's my niece or my nephew. And so someone will be like, go play with your nephew. It's like, wait, I mean, your cousin. So the aunt and the uncle don't
Right.
stumble me. Nieces, nephews, and cousins.
Yeah, that does make sense. All right, so it was very fun at Ginny's. And, we were missing James and Teresa, but did get to see them via Zoom. Or no, it was FaceTime, right?
Whatever. And we got one representative from their family.
That's true.
Little Catherine.
Little
Little
Catherine.
Catherine.
Which is funny to call her Little Catherine because she's a grown woman. She's a
taller
doctor.
than you, too.
She's taller than, as most people are. She's taller than me and very lovely that she was able to come and nice to have her. Again, our niece, cousin to various, of our kids. So, yes, you're right. We did have a representative from that branch of the family. So that was nice. I found it very fun. And, Adam had a couple great moments of playing Jenga with different people. That was very fun. So that was like a great little part of the evening.
Well, Catherine, just to Judgy McJudgerson you,
Oh, shoot.
you've mentioned Jenga.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to segue into a much larger question.
Oh, I
but
can't wait. Okay.
Did you even play Jenga?
Did I? When?
Yes, you.
Last night?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
So this was all so great, and you did nothing. You didn't play the games that we're talking about. You were not forced to hit a piñata, and you didn't even play Jenga.
It was a great party to watch. I didn't participate.
Well, I will say it had a very Ginny vibe. Speaking of the piñata,
right.
that it was extremely organized. So first of all, Virginia, very organized woman and really spearheaded taking care of everything. She sent out an email that was very specific what she wanted people to bring, which was not a lot.
The great news, our mother did not check her email and therefore also forgot that the party was that day.
Oh,
How?
wow. Okay.
She's a classic. I don't know.
But she sees Virginia on the regular.
But look, Ginny has a lot of updates, so they may just not have spoken about that one.
Right. She'd probably just assumed that mom knew and was like on board or had it on her calendar or
In
something.
this digital age, aren't you with it, Mary Killmond?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I will say, I don't know. How much protection did I get? It felt like there wasn't a lot of coordinating conversation about this party. It seemed kind of slim.
Yeah, I think Ginny had it all handled. Was that your
not,
vibe, Liz?
Yeah, it was not really a potluck. So
No.
Except for a few of us bringing a few things. She had it dialed in because she just had a remodel done on her house by our brother-in-law Kirk and our sister Rosemary. So this was also the first time some people were even seeing it finished.
Right. The kitchen and sort of
Yeah.
the great room got a rework.
So she was definitely ready for the pate. And so yes, but Virginia did send out even text reminders, so I don't know how Mom...
Did she? I mean,
Yes!
Yeah. Maybe Mom wasn't on it. I don't know.
it might have been a sisters group. I don't think I was on it.
That's possible.
I mean, Virginia loves a group text, so I do not understand how Mom would have taken off of that.
Honestly, I just think somehow this time, randomly, because it was covered in so many different ways, it didn't catch her.
But it wasn't on Sunday, so we weren't dealing with mass, brunch, nap. That would have been a disaster. I mean, Saturday,
true.
wasn't she technically available?
No.
What?
What?
She's so busy always. What did she double book?
Yeah, you forget. Always going to be something new for no good reason. So this time was not a regularly scheduled or even a, bicentennial, not really, but an irregularly scheduled thing. This was a one-off retreat that she went to for a group that she didn't even go because it was, conflicted time-wise weekly. But went to this retreat all day. It was funny, called her or wanted to get a hold of her like afternoon just to confirm who was driving with who, with me and Ed and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, well, I'm almost home. I was like, yeah, I haven't seen you all afternoon. Well, call me when you're home. Let's not talk while you're driving. Then she talked to me when she got home. I was like, yeah, you've been out all day. Well, yes, take a 15-minute nap, apparently. So she was a little tired.
When did she realize that this party was happening?
When I talked to her at like 4 o'clock.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
Oh
I
my
would love
gosh.
to know what her plans were for your birthday today. I don't think she's fully available today either, so.
Well, yeah, because
What the hell?
Yeah, I was going to say, because technically, wouldn't today be Sunday dinner? And there's been no discussion about that. So she probably thought that was
We're all
happening.
too burnt out on each other.
Is everybody
no one
doing
needs
that,
2
or what's
nights in a
happening?
row.
No, it's funny. I did think of it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, well, we said no exceptions. But I then
Oh.
forgot to bring it up, and now it's not happening.
All right. Well, interesting. Okay.
Well, I'm happy Mom made it. Virginia would have been extremely
Especially if she was, like,
annoyed
Yeah,
if she was
away
off
on a retreat.
Yeah, if she was away on some spiritual retreat and couldn't make it. I mean, that would have been right on brand for Mom, but would have been extremely irritating to quite a few family members.
All right. So back to Virginia and her planning. Oh, sorry, John. Do you have something
Quick
to
update.
Yeah.
I just got a text. There is a birthday cake and a story in the middle of the table. Now, if those words are accurate to what
What?
she means, we'll see. Who
and
knows?
how is a story in the middle of the table?
Yeah, who knows?
Wow. Okay. All right. So back to Virginia and her
Well,
planning.
wait.
Oh,
But
sorry.
she's not going to be home for you on your birthday, or you're not going to celebrate with her in any way, which is a totally fine.
Undetermined. She's got some things. Sundays are not a heavy day for her. I think she's maybe done all of her obligations as of now.
Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
okay. All right. Okay. So back to Ginny in her planning.
Yep.
She had almost everything buttoned up as far as I could
sure.
tell
Yeah,
in
looked
terms
great.
of, yeah. No, I just even meant definitely not a potluck, although I was specifically requested to bring everyone's favorite hippie beverage, Zevia soda.
Your definition of hippie is so I don't.
Well, first of all, if you can only get it pretty much at Whole Foods, it's a hippie beverage.
All right, okay. So what? It's
I mean, they have expanded in the last couple years, and now you can get it other places. I was alarmed and amazed to find it at Target. Target is the most recent, but also Pavilions. But before that, for years and years and years and years and years and years,
How long?
many years, only at Whole Foods.
So shout out Stevia, sponsor us.
I'm a huge fan of Zevia. It's a stevia sweetened soda.
Zevia is the name of the soda.
Zevia with a Z. Yeah.
0 calorie. Come on.
Well,
It's great. And no sugar and no like chemical sweeteners.
And you used to bring over, because when we used to do writing sessions at the house, in my refrigerator, I would have 1 or 2 in there. You left a ginger ale, and in a jam, I'm like, I think I had an upset stomach or something. I'm like, I'm going to have ginger ale. And I'm like, what the F is this
Yeah.
stuff?
That is one of the worst ones.
It's not. Well, look, I actually explained it to little Katherine last night because she was like, what's this Zevia situation? I'm like, first of all, drink the creamy root beer. That's the best one.
It is. That was shocking.
It's really
But you
good.
did have like 5 flavors available?
I brought a selection
Was it
as requested.
Zevia?
That was the email that I got.
Was it actually specifically, or did you respond with like, what about Zevia?
No. Oh, no, I didn't suggest it at all. First of all,
Okay.
the backstory is this. Ginny and we haven't been doing it lately because it's been too hot, but usually once a week, she would come over and we would go for a walk in the early evening, 5, 6 o'clock, whatever. And afterwards, I always have a very good selection of Zevia in the outside garage refrigerator, and she would sample.
Let's remember, this is the recent thing of having a good selection is
That's true.
maybe 4 or 5 years old because you've converted so many, including myself and one member of your family, into these other flavors. But 7 years ago, it was just the bad ginger ale. And
Correct.
maybe one other flavor.
Well, I will say, I think Zevia has gone through some reformulations because they didn't have this creamy root beer until recently, within the last 2 years. And they have a different root beer, which is bad. It is
Wait a minute. So they have a creamy root beer
Yeah.
and then just a root beer?
Yeah.
and a cream soda, which is not great.
Okay, well, hold on.
Holy
We're not
crap.
even discussing the full selection.
Oh,
All
my
right, so,
God.
but yes, they didn't have this creamy root beer. They had just like, it said root beer. And you're like, what is this?
You need the
it's-
creaminess.
Yeah, it's gross and scary.
So, right, you would come back from these walks with Ginny.
And she would have a Zevia. And Whole Foods and Sprouts Market, very close to me, has a really good selection. So that's really in the last couple of years when I started being like, what are all these flavors? Orange, grape, grapefruit, which is fantastic.
Strawberry, which is great.
Strawberry, which apparently nobody carries right now, which is very annoying.
Well, they're probably selling out. It's so good.
It's so good. They have a lemon lime, and they also have this really weird ginger ale. So the ginger ale issue is this. If you drink it thinking it's going to taste like ginger ale,
I did.
it's going to be a problem.
It
'Cause
was.
It's not good.
Correct.
So I said to Katherine last night, she's like, what's the deal with this ginger ale? And I'm like, here, try some, but don't expect it to taste like ginger ale. Imagine it's kind of like a gin and tonic or like some kind of like weird.
Stretch still.
Okay, well.
that you put powdered ginger root in water.
Ugh. So, but I really like it because it's not sweet and it kind of feels like I'm having a cocktail without really having a cocktail. I don't know.
Well, you know, I don't really drink sodas on the regular. For the most part, I don't drink them at all because of caffeine. So this is caffeine free too, right?
Caffeine free, yeah.
So last night I was like, all right, it was very hot in the San Fernando Valley. And then you were, promoting the creamy root beer
Oh, yeah.
Zevias.
I feel very confident.
You really
recommending it.
did. And I
Yeah.
was like, all right, I was not ready for wine or anything yet. So I was like, all right, we're going to try this again. It was delicious. So you brought a full selection.
I did.
That was your contribution.
Yes. And I think it was one of the few things that she even needed. At the last minute, she did have a tomato issue.
Yes.
She had bought some tomatoes for the hamburgers, and then 2 of them were like mushy and no good.
Ew.
You know, it's hot, and I think they just ripen way too fast or lose their whatever. So she sent out a text to the sisters and was like, does anyone have tomatoes? It's like, no one just had tomatoes sitting around because, of course, they don't last very long. And do you have 2 beefsteak tomatoes? No.
Yeah,
but
beefsteak was
yeah,
because I have little ones, but you would have needed a whole tomato per burger.
Yeah, so I just popped out to Pavilions and grabbed a couple tomatoes. But I think that was the extent of what she
I
requested.
was asked to bring.
So
Yes.
myopic. There are other people. She did make
Right.
other requests.
Oh, that's true. Because didn't you,
I was
Ed,
on
bring beer and
And then
ice?
I got a late call
Late-
for ice. So you got a late tomato call. I got a late ice call.
And I'm just
But
gonna-
I'm like, that's a standard move. I'm a guy. I get pick up the heavy stuff. Okay, fine, sure.
And just going forward, I'm always going to bring an extra bag of ice because all the ice gets used in the cooler.
Yeah.
And then if you need ice for a beverage,
Especially if it's hot.
yeah, it's all gone. So when she's like, no, we don't need extra ice, I should have just brought it back. But I got asked to bring wine, and then she talked about potato salad, and I said, oh, I'll bring it, quote unquote, make it. Because I have a hack that I do. Because our mother, going back all of our childhood, she had a sort of what's called like family style potato salad, which is the very classic mayonnaise, vinegar. She never put chopped eggs in it because that would have been too fancy. Celery and maybe some onion and salt and pepper. But the key was to make it the day before.
Yeah, because it
you
needs to kind of
need it-
set.
Right. And our mother got really bad at it.
Like sometimes it was warm. It was that because she had just made it.
yes.
You're like, that's not
Some of this is
right.
cold, but inside the potato is still steaming.
Hot.
It's steaming.
Yes.
Because I made it
Put this back.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, and the famous story was when she was in charge of bringing potato salad to, I think,
Oh, it was a Luke's birthday party?
Luke's
Is that the
birthday
story?
party
Yeah.
at Travel Town.
Oh my gosh.
And when she rolled in,
Super
basically
late.
during Happy Birthday to You with the candles lit, we'd had lunch, and she's got this huge thing of potato salad. John Burns, God rest his soul, one of our family friends, looks at our mother and says, God, Mary, lunch is already done. Where have you been?
Nobody wants your potato salad.
Like when the
Right?
joke became like, forget ice cream and cake, let's do cake and potato salad. Because it was like, what are we going to do with all this damn potato salad? So years ago, Trader Joe's had some like potato salad in their, their ready to go refrigerated section. And I was like, wow, that looks kind of like Mom's recipe.
Oh, it looks so much like it.
So I bought a small container of it and I was transported because we had stopped asking her to make it because it just had really become sort of
a debacle.
It was a big lift for her. Like it just became more like, this is not worth it because we're getting hot potato salad.
Well, it's
or we're getting
unreliable,
Or we're getting a day late. Like it's just not happening.
Potato salad is on par with mashed potatoes. The amount of boiling potatoes, peeling, it's
a lot of work.
It's a lot of effort and work. And you get hot mashed potatoes, but cold potato salad, so there's like a waiting period. But being one of the men in the family, I've taken over the mashed potato situation because it is too much of a lift, for sure.
Well, and I think it's more about, you sisters have experienced enough with this lady who's busy and bringing things late. You're like, sorry.
Well, yeah, I even know thyself very rarely will opt in or volunteer to bring appetizers.
Yeah.
Because you do need to know yourself.
I mean, except that you get volunteered multiple times a year.
Because I do a really good cheese platter.
That
Okay,
is
guilty.
why, yeah.
All right. That's the problem. Rosie had a big birthday party a few years ago and I was in charge of appetizers. And I don't know why I decided to go outside just the big charcuterie cheese board.
Well, you had to. It was a huge party, so you had that plus many other things.
I mean, the sweating as I'm going, she's a lot of stairs going up to her house as I'm carrying. I mean, it was like I got there with the appetizers and people were already arriving. It was so nerve-wracking.
Well, and wasn't there some had to be assembled on site?
Oh, yeah.
Sort of ish.
Okay.
But I had ones that could be put out right away. So it was, it was hand passed and plattered. So I don't typically do appetizers and Mom no longer does potato salad. So I find this Trader Joe's and I'm like, yeah, Virginia, I'll do the Trader Joe's potato salad because then I like to hack it a bit, which is then I will add in Lori's seasoning, a little more cracked pepper. Usually I add in very small diced yellow and red bell peppers. And
I think it has green peppers in it, right?
No.
Oh, it just
because
has celery? It has something.
every single time. Here's the deal. Our brother-in-law, Kirk, hates bell peppers.
Ah, me too.
So, what?
I can't eat them. Yeah.
Any of them?
I don't like them.
Then why the hell are you telling me this? I put bell peppers in the potato salad.
Yeah, do you just
Well,
not
I don't eat the potato salad anyway. So
Oh,
it doesn't
because there's
matter to
eggs
me.
and mayo
It's
in
fine.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Then forget you regardless.
No,
Okay,
it
I'm
doesn't
not
matter
gonna
to me.
consider
I'm
you.
not.
Okay.
I would. Plus, you know me. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I'm just going to I'm going to avoid stuff on my own and not make it anybody's problem.
Until there's a Patevia, we're not interested.
Well, okay, wait. Okay, I'm going to get to that because so Kirk years ago was like, I really like this potato salad, but I can't stand the bell peppers in it. So I'm like, all right, as a good sister-in-law, I will always do 2 scoops to the side before I add the bell
Aw.
peppers. Well, I would say out of my 10 last batches of this potato salad, I have forgotten 3 times.
Oh.
So sometimes I'm like, you're shut out of luck. But because I made the potato salad earlier and was just refrigerated, I was like, well, I'm going to go out and run an errand. I'll just be nice and stop at a Bristol Farms and get him some potato salad because I feel bad because he does.
Oh, his own potato salad?
Yes.
Wait a minute. So this time you did not take any out of the
Nope.
batch.
Of course, Mark's watching me make it, my husband, and he's like, whoop, the bell peppers in there.
And that's the thing about bell peppers. They really seep into everything.
They do
in my
not.
opinion.
It's a balance. No.
No, I mean, for someone who doesn't
You are a
like...
bell pepper bigot. I'm telling you, they enhance the flavor.
No, I'm not saying whether or not you like them. I'm saying if they're in there, they are in there.
Okay,
right? So they
all right.
spread their flavor on everything. And if you like it, that's great. But if you don't,
Jeez.
it's contaminated.
So right, it is the first thing that you said. But here's the deal: you would be right if you were talking about pickles.
Oh, actually, I would like a pickle in that, but I'm too nice.
I do
would
like
never
a
do that to you,
relish in
John.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is the matter with all of
Liz,
you?
I think you're describing a charcuterie board for potato salad. You need the base potato salad and then add your own items and make your own mix.
Well, you could do that because one of the things people often put in potato salad, and you're wrong, and I hate you, is whole grain mustard.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
God!
that's a different
Stop
kind
it.
of, yeah.
That's almost like the German style. I don't know. It's aggressive. I don't know. So I was out running errands. And I'm like, I'm just going to get him some potato salad because I feel bad. So my son and I go into Bristol Farms and he's like, don't look keep eye focused. Don't look anywhere else because Bristol Farms. I'm like, what can I get? What else? What shall I? The radishes.
I'm here. It's beautiful.
Yeah. He's like, just go back to the deli department. So I go back to the deli department. I'm like, oh, there's potato salad. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I put on my glasses and I'm like, and it was a vegan potato salad. So it had fake mayonnaise.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Tofu.
Also, no eggs.
Tofu instead of eggs.
Which why?
And
But okay.
then I could definitely spot like a whole grain mustard in there. And I was like, this is sacrilege. What the hell are you? And there was no normal alternative.
How did they spell potato? It was like P-A.
Well, no, potato is vegan.
Oh, potato salad.
No, you
like,
could-
not
no.
anymore.
No, you could use the normal potato.
It was potato salad.
So I'm like, crap. So we leave there and then go up to a Gelson's, and Gelson's had it. They had two styles too, and I
Oh,
got him
two
just the
styles.
regular. But then because the little container of potato salad at Trader Joe's was like $4.99. The individual serving of potato
Oh,
salad
no.
for Kirk was $7.90.
Ah!
So then I felt bad, so I took off the Gelson's little deli sticker.
Why didn't
So
you just go back to Trader Joe's and get another thing?
that would have been the smart solution. I
Okay.
didn't think of it, and I was now not on that side of my
Shopping,
neighborhood.
yeah.
Yes.
All-
Also,
area.
you're the only person who's going to go to Trader Joe's on the weekend. That's craziness.
Well, I'll go multiple times on the weekend too. If I forget something, I'm back.
If
It's
I'd been
hilarious.
over that direction, I would have. I
Yeah,
just was
okay.
not.
That was, 3/4 of a mile out of the way.
True. True.
I
It was
think
very
he's trying
hot
to say
out.
you should have just
I know
done
it was very hot out.
No, I'm just saying it wasn't that far, but who even cares?
Oh, you know, I-
Did you actually, did Kirk know? Because I didn't know
Oh
last
my
night.
God. So I get there, and I've got my big, serving bowl of potato salad, and I put Kirk's little container in
His
their
little side
yeah,
serving.
his individual portion.
Yeah, when you came in, also, it came up with Kirk, and Mark was like, I think we forgot.
Yes. So Mark knew I'd already blown it in the sense of the large family, portion. And then Mark saw that I bought the small portion, which he's like, wow, that's really nice and thoughtful of you. Because he was like, and it goes to your theory to some degree, he's like, why don't you just pick out?
Oh yeah, you can't.
But I cut up the bell pepper so little.
Oh no, forget
you
it.
can't. And it goes back to like his childhood where his mom would do stuffed bell peppers, which Mark, watching me do the bell peppers, is like, I think we should try a stuffed bell pepper recipe. And I'm like, well, it contains like rice and some ground meat of some sort and cheese and onions. And of course, Mark's like, well, couldn't we make it like more like fajita style inside? Like, because he wants to do like fajitas. Like, so instead of having all the fajitas like sizzling on a thing, you'd have stuff it with like chicken and onions. And then the fajitas would just be on the outside. I mean, just the bell
That's kind of
peppers.
genius.
I was like, you may have something there. This is going to mean, because here's the deal. Our son, you can watch him eat, and he does this little flared nose thing where he's like, I'm not sure. And the nose flares. I'm like, the entire meal would be nose flaring. Like, I said, when he goes out of town, we can go buy 2 bell peppers and try it ourselves. But I was like, this is insane. That
Sounds like a real life hot pocket.
kind of, yeah. And we're talking like this while I'm making the potato salad, and he does not say anything about Kirk pulling out Kirk's until I'm like, it's all mixed in. And so his idea is like, why don't you
Pick it out.
pick it out? Because this goes, I'm going to really digress for a second, but he did mention it. So when I was a caterer, this is like 30 years ago, 25 years ago, I was making my famous sun-dried tomato dip, which was always requested at basically every catering event I did. And I feel like I made it up. Now,
I feel like we haven't seen that in a long time.
I haven't
I think
seen
I'm
it
still
ever, I don't
traumatized
think.
from this experience. Okay. So
We've never hired Liz to cater anything.
that's
so.
true.
Ooh, we should though.
Yeah.
And it would usually be served with some sort of, it was a spread to go on like a little dark bread.
Was it goat cheese?
So it was a goat cheese,
Love
garlic,
it. Love
sun-dried
it.
tomatoes. And I mean, really, it goes back 25 years. I mean, I had 2 people say, like, I could have been Martha Stewart. They're like, you can launch an entire business off this dip. And I was like, now it's everywhere. Oh, well. So I'd make it in a food processor. And I had a rubber spatula, and I went to scrape the sides down.
Oh,
and I
no.
didn't realize I had not turned off. You're so busy when you're prepping catering. You have like 10 things going on at the same time. So I had this just going. And I'm like, oh, let me take off the lid and scrape the sides. And I shoved the rubber scraper down. And boom, like obviously
Disintegrated.
the blade caught the rubber scraper.
Oh, no.
And this is a full batch, like done. I'm like, fuck. So I pull it out and you can see like, just like a millimeter's been shaved off the top, but now there's plastic in the dip. And I do not have time to remake this dip. So this is why I've been married to my husband forever, because we sat with a knife and took scoops and individually spread it out. Which now, just why don't I just go get the potato salad from Trader Joe's? For sure. This took more time than just going to the damn grocery store and making it all over again. And also in my mind as a caterer, I'm watching everybody take a bite of it. Are you about to get a micro piece of a spatula in your mouth? Are you going to sue me?
That part was very rubbery.
Oh my God. We put it through
chewy.
I was putting it through a sieve.
Oh my God.
It was so insane. So Mark's should we go through the potato salad and pick out pieces of bell pepper like we did your sun-dried tomato dip on? I said, no, we don't ever need to reenact that again. So go up to Gelson's, get Kirk his little individual container. We get to Rosemary's, and I've gone to another room, and Kirk found me. He's like, I heard you forgot my potato salad. And I go, what? And he goes, I heard you made me my own potato salad, which I'm like, way to go, Mark. You backed me up on that lie. It's from Gelson.
Nice.
But I guess Mark told him, because Kirk saw the big bowl of potato salad and started to dry heave at the bell peppers in it and was like, did she make me my own? And Mark said, oh, she did. But I think we left it at home because he didn't know I brought it in I tried to keep it cold, kept it in the wine cooler.
Smart.
I said, no, we have it. It's in the refrigerator.
That's a Hollywood Bowl style move. Putting it in with the wine to keep it cold for a while. That's nice. That's a nice
I
move.
know how to pack a Hollywood Bowl or a picnic.
level.
I know it needs to be cold and wants to be room temperature. So Brian, our brother-in-law, was barbecuing hamburgers and hot dogs, and Virginia had, all the accoutrements, and it was great, beautiful. And everybody's making their plate, which I will say, to have hot scalding baked beans on a paper plate is so precarious.
Yeah, that is true. They were very cute paper plates. They were birthday themed, but they were flimsy, so they did not want to hold up to. I mean, I didn't have any of the baked beans, so it was not an issue for me.
Plates
but
they're all flimsy.
I
You need the
know it's
non-themed
true, but that's what you got to do.
eating plate.
Just use 4 of them together. No.
What did they have, confetti on them or something? I didn't notice.
Yeah, they had a little something. They were
They didn't
birthday.
have words. No words on them.
No words.
Okay.
I don't like eating off of word plates, paper plates.
Oh, see, look, intense opinion. Got
I
it.
like a solid, just one of those thick, hefty white plates, or paper made or whatever it is.
Or styrofoam for
oh
hot
my
soup.
God! You are literally going to cause me to have a seizure over here.
Get one of those bamboo ones. It's actually
bamboo
reusable.
yes, I like bamboo. I use bamboo quite often.
What we need are those little the underplate thing. They make them in plastic
charger.
or
Yes, Liz has them on her counter because she uses them all the time.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
They're
there you
made
go.
rattan. Or
Yeah, I was gonna say a weaved whatever.
bamboo.
Didn't we have someone that were plastic? I
Yeah,
think, for
that's
a
what
long
I'm
time?
thinking of.
I'm sure, Mom.
But it was a pattern that was weaved something.
Correct. It was mimicking a weave, but it was brown plastic or tan plastic.
They probably
or something.
melted because Mom is notorious for
Probably.
making something extremely hot. The turkey soup story, serving in styrofoam, and between the chemicals and just the melting, your bowl's quivering trying to hold together.
Whatever. They didn't melt. You guys threw them away. You know it.
I was not guilty of that, but I'm not going to say another sister. I can't defend them. I don't know if they're innocent or not.
Well, you get grouped together and you're still blamed no matter
yeah,
what.
it's possible. I probably would have condoned it. So there you go. So then Kirk, I realized he's gone outside to eat, and I'm like, wait a minute. He didn't even take any of his own potato salad.
Go get it.
So I literally went and got it and handed it to him. I'm like,
cute.
I wanted to say, do you know what I've gone through to get you this potato salad? This is $8 potato salad. You're gonna freaking eat it. And he's
In
like,
the most mom move ever. You will eat this and you will appreciate it.
oh yeah. And he's like, gosh, this is the best one you've ever made. No, he didn't say that. I didn't say that. The Gelston one. No, he didn't say that at all. So yeah, so I got asked to go all the way back, potato salad and wine. So yeah, no, otherwise Virginia had it dialed in.
Yeah. I will say we had a little bit of a cake debacle.
No, we're not there yet because
sorry.
Virginia
we can't do that yet? Okay.
No, because some of the kids went swimming.
Oh, okay.
But then she decided, what did she call it, John?
Well, for a 3 to 4 hour party, you need a lot of activities.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do swimming.
Oh, was that pre the... Okay, go on.
Yeah,
Sorry, go
There's going
ahead.
to be a movie at some point. Mm-hmm. So, that's quick. And then we're also going to have, apparently, games and a tournament of games.
Did she call it the Tournament of Birthdays, or what'd she call it?
Yes,
It
I
had
think
some
so.
cute
Birthday
name.
Showdown.
Birthday Showdown.
So it was between you and Rosie were the main ones.
And then, I mean, look, of the 4 games that we played, I don't even know if
Ring toss.
Yeah, although we
Horseshoes.
started with horseshoes, then ring toss, or whatever.
Did you do the bocce ball?
I did earlier. That was not part.
Oh,
I
it wasn't
almost-
part of it. Okay.
I almost brought it up, but it was not part of Birthday Showdown. And then we
Birthday
had
Showdown. Well, first of all, you guys were very cute because she got you each a crown, a birthday crown, and you also had a necklace, a birthday necklace, which initially you didn't wear, and then later you put on, which was very cute. I thought that was very cute
Well,
of
I mean,
her
I
and very
thought
cute
with
of you guys.
I thought with a crown it was more of a medallion.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Okay. All right.
basically you can decorate a cake. Nothing else really needs decoration.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay.
Party
so
poopy.
Birthday Showdown, you guys had.
Then we had hula hoop, so that was stage 3.
Oh, I missed the hula hoop. I was inside getting my potato salad ready.
You didn't miss much.
What are you even?
I joke.
And it was forever. You
No,
how
I
did you miss
was.
that.
Because I was put in charge of slicing tomatoes and onions, and no, that couldn't have been
no,
right
you went
either.
inside and played Jenga with Adam.
Oh,
Yeah. There were
Also-
also like table games. That was, of the scheduled activities, but not of this part.
but so this whole round was just between Rosie and you.
Yeah.
Who won?
We kind of, it's Showdown. Who needs a winner, right?
Was there judging or points or?
A
There
prize?
was, and then they kind of stopped at a certain
Okay.
point.
I mean, I was only out there for a little bit because there was a lot of mosquito activity happening. And I was like, love you guys. I'm out. I'll be inside. Good luck.
Mrs. Bad reactions to mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And then it was culminating with the piñata, which
Yeah, I missed all of the piñata.
do not think needs to be a summer birthday tradition.
Well, she must have stuffed it herself because
Oh,
those
she
were-
did.
She
Yeah.
did. Apparently, that's part of the thing with piñatas is sometimes they're not full.
Or if you want them to be filled with good stuff. you
Yeah,
buy
not
an empty
quality
one. Yeah,
candy. And I will say this: when people started to come in with the candy, I was like, "That's full size, like Halloween, like as a kid, you're shocked."
Yeah, it was a full size Snicker bar. Adam
Oh,
came
my-
in with, I think, 6 or 7. It was like
Good
2
man.
Snickers, a Milky Way, a couple packages of M&Ms.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
Okay, so this is what happened. Adam is kind of a pro Jenga, but he was playing Jenga. And I was like, I want to play Jenga. So I go, Adam, do you want to play Jenga? Yes. So we go in and we're playing. And I mean, right out of the gate, ballsy maneuver. He takes the
Bottom, of
the
course.
absolute bottom middle piece. I'm like, way to destabilize the entire
Well,
thing.
Wait, he could have done the sides of the bottom. That would have been worse.
He did that once to Jack. He played multiple games with Jack, his cousin Jack, Rosie's older boy. And first of all, it was very funny because Adam was sitting at the table. He was just very quietly looking at his phone, watching the Wiggles or whatever he was doing. And Jack was sitting there, and there was a Jenga just on the table because very Ginny, she's like, what if people want to play Jenga? There's activities that you could do things.
I better have it set up and ready to go.
Absolutely. So Jack was like, hey, Adam. And he kind of referred to me. He's like, does Adam know how to play Jenga? I'm like, oh, yeah, just ask him. He'll play with you. So he said, Adam, you want to play Jenga? Yes. And they start playing. And I hadn't noticed, but multiple times with Jack. First move from Adam is something off of the very bottom. I mean, middle, side, like it's crazy.
It's the Queen's Gambit move. You got to start it crazy.
No, that's not. The Queen's Gambit is a pawn movie. It's very simple. But look, he's just starting from the beginning. So I'm not going to go in the middle. I
Yeah.
go step by step.
And
Step
I think
one,
I
bottom.
think that is what it was. He was doing level 1, level 2, level 3, and I didn't notice that that's what was happening. But also, what was very clear about Adam's style of play. He's not competitive at all. So he's not concerned about winning. He thinks it's funny when it knocks over, but he's not trying to knock it over. He finds the whole thing very interesting and amusing and has no problem taking turns, but he's not trying to win. So he's also very fast.
Oh, it's
and a kind of alarming. And he kind of does a little bit of a cheat where did somebody actually say you're only supposed to use one hand? Which I don't
Okay, so this
know
is what
if I
he
know
does.
that yet.
Yes.
So he does, so right out of the gate, it was a psychological game. He's a master because it's very unsettling. I'm like, all right, Adam, you go first. What? You're going to the bottom piece? So then, I'm trying to take some just middle side. Let's make this easy. So once it was starting to get precarious, he kind of feels because that's where, it is engineering in some ways. You can feel if something can easily move out. So, yes. And he always is kind of reconfigures
Yeah,
it.
he's trying to fix it a little bit.
So he's trying to fix it, and then he finds a loose piece. But the loose piece can be yay. So then in the middle of the whole Jenga configuration, he will have left one piece holding the whole thing together. You're like, oh my God. So we were at some point during the game, and I realized the pinata was happening outside. I go, Adam, let's take a break. Take a break. Go get your swing in at the pinata. And that's when he came back, and I was like, good Lord, because he had like full-size candy bars, M&Ms, you know.
Could have built his own Jenga tower.
Not even like fun size, full size crazy. I was like, wow. I mean, what's hilarious is he brought them all in. He seemed very excited and was maybe going to eat one of them. This was pre-cake, so thank you for reminding me that this was pre-cake. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, we're going to have cake. And then, of course, we left all the candy there. We didn't even take any of it home.
Ginny asked, she was like, did Adam get his candy? And we're like, no, they took care of it. Mean people.
No, he doesn't even care. It's sort of like Halloween. He doesn't even remember or care about the candy after. He's like, I'll eat it, absolutely, but I'm not worried about where did it go. Give it to me.
So because our nieces are gluten-free, and she's also gluten-free for the most part.
And that's my preference, although I'm not as strict as I used to be.
Right. Rosie is still pretty strict. Our niece, Morgan, made 2 gluten-free cakes. And aesthetically...
Yeah, they didn't work out perfectly. They must have said multiple times, which was very cute.
Yeah.
But this was before I saw the cakes, or before any of us saw the cakes. Mm-hmm. That they're not going to look good, but they should taste good. So, which did end up being true. They, I guess, were made with coconut flour, which was a new thing, a new recipe that she was attempting. Morgan was baking the cakes. Yeah.
I'm just going to say, in the Great British Bake Off, to attempt a recipe you've never tried before with new ingredients is usually a big no-no. But Morgan
bold move.
is bold.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I've never tried this recipe before. And I altered it. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean...
Well, I do feel like in the Great British Bake Off, for sure, that makes sense because they are of an age where they should have baked things before. But in like the Kids Bake Off, that might be their first time doing it. So
that's still one of my favorite
does track, but maybe not as someone's birthday cake. Maybe do that one first, and then the second one is.
But Morgan likes to bake, so it's very sweet of her.
She does.
Yeah, it was cute though because Ginny was like, "I did buy box mixes," and Morgan rejected them. She wanted to bake from scratch, so that's what she did. And I do have to say, I forget who said it, but it was like, yeah, they didn't look great. And they were a little bit dry and crumbly because that's part of what the issue with coconut flour is. And until you figure out the right mix or whatever. But boy, that saving grace is frosting. That frosting, very good. Standard frosting saves the day.
Yeah, Mom's chocolate fudge frosting. Woohoo.
Well, sour cream frosting.
No, this was no sour cream. I heard.
Asked Rosie.
Wait,
I knew
why?
it.
I heard no. Well, first of all, I don't like the sour cream because it makes it sour. But
oh my God, help us!
She should not have ever done anything on my behalf because that's not the way. Right. Sort of like in a John move. It's like, don't worry about me. I'll take care of me. Do whatever you want to do. It'll be fine.
Yeah, give her a stevia and shove her in the corner.
Yeah. I did drink a lot of Zevia soda over the evening.
I do know that it comes down to, then everybody wants this slice of cake, that slice of cake, with ice cream, without ice cream, which you're having a hard time doing getting the ice cream out.
Oh my God.
Well, the great part, it seemed like there were at least 2 people taking orders, and then I don't know how many people making. So it was a little bit of a confused situation.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in an effort to keep the cakes in their shape, because they were losing shape rather quickly.
They're very schlumpy.
Yeah, they had been put in the refrigerator. So they were very solid. So Ginny was slicing cake, and it was really a challenge. So some of them came out as like crumbly messes.
Okay, wait.
What?
Did you ever see that movie Weird Science with Kelly LeBrock? And
yeah.
When Chet is made into a big like,
yeah,
Chet. I mean, like if you had decorated one of those cakes with like eyes, things coming off of it.
Yeah, just kind of.
It looked exactly like that. I mean, like aesthetically, they needed more decorations on it to like distract you from it.
Yeah, they went no decorations.
Good. Yeah, chocolate's good. So the frosting was good, but I did look at him like, that's Chet from Weird Science. Like a big pile of mush.
I've only had one cake mishap in, my 20s when I made cakes, but I've only had one where I didn't let it cool soon enough. And so then it's like a slippy, slidey.
Oh,
and
no.
Then, there's more cake on one side than there is on the other. That didn't work out so good.
Cooling the cake. So, yeah, but I feel like everybody was happy. I did sit next to Kirk at one point. He goes, you know what kind of cake I like? I go, what? And he goes, Duncan Hines yellow cake. I said, well,
I mean, sure.
Sure. But we're not having that now, Kirk. He's like, yeah, but that would be good. I'm like, okay.
But not in a gluten-free household. But
Yeah, no.
But I think Duncan Hines is one of the ones who now makes a gluten-free mix. So
What?
I know. But just to go back really quickly, I was put in charge of ice cream, and that was a fucking struggle. That was some hard ice cream.
build your arms
It was
up.
hilarious. I hope I didn't get an ice cream scooping injury, John.
Oh, God.
Oosh.
Well, it's partially my fault. I, did not order 2 scoops, but then got 2 scoops. So.
Well, that's because I was like shaving off. They were like not full scoops. They were like curls
you
of
are
ice
the most
cream.
hilarious. You're like, no, people don't need. Wait a minute, I'm going to give a giant dessert. It's like,
don't know.
You
I
have
was trying
bad
to-
serving control.
2-inch ice cream curls, John. 2-inch ice cream curls.
I don't know. Ginny was very funny. She was like, because we only got through like half of the tub of ice cream. She was like, is that all we did? I was like, I was really struggling to.
I know. And you know what's funny?
Because she had two tubs of it. She was like, I would have given people more because that's easy. Like, but I couldn't get it out of
wasn't
there.
easy for you. And I did enjoy watching both your daughter Sarah and your husband Eric watch you struggling to do it and laughing at you. Like, why your husband didn't like pitch in and help? Like, you Adam probably would have been really good at helping with that. Like, okay, get in there,
You're
strong
just
arm.
so entertaining, Catherine. We wouldn't help you. Otherwise,
Why
that would
help?
ruin the
Laugh at her.
entertainment.
Laugh at her.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad I could entertain you with my ice cream scooping shenanigans.
Now, I will say the movie, John, that you brought up before, they were playing a movie. It used to be played in her den. And it was sort of like, if you want to go watch a movie and be a little quieter out of the chaos, that was the good idea. But I don't think, because she just finished a remodel, I don't think the air is hooked back up in there. There's some
Yeah.
issue.
It is, but the room's too big for the amount of air pressure that it's getting.
Right. Otherwise, I think she would have played the movie
Yeah.
in that room, but it was too warm. I think that was her rationale.
So
But yeah, so
the movie
because it's
was,
now more of like a great room
yeah.
situation, her kitchen.
So it was Aladdin, the live action.
Which is very good, but then it was also very loud. So
Oh my
it was
gosh, it was so loud.
Well, I guess
Well, you know what was really loud? You guys weren't playing Jenga anymore, but there was another game going on, and they were loud too.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Now, because it's sort of a great room, there's so many little pockets of activity. I'm doing dishes. You're helping Virginia clean up. There's a whole group watching the movie, a whole nother group playing gin rummy.
Rummy Cube, Rummy Cub, whatever
Oh,
it's
yeah,
called.
yeah. Okay. Boy, I think I just made the whole gin rummy. That is something, right?
It's pretty similar as far as the gaming style.
Okay.
Gin Rummy,
It's a card game, right?
It's sequence and matches of colors and numbers, whereas with Gin Rummy, that's suits.
Got it.
Got
Okay.
it.
Cards as opposed to tiles.
Okay. Well, so there was a lot going on.
A lot
And
going
the
on.
overflow room really didn't have anybody in it because it was too hot.
Yeah, Eric and Brian were in there just chatting away for a while,
Well,
which was
please,
cute.
they're like, get me out of this craziness.
well, that's probably true.
And outside was actually nice, but once the mosquitoes started to come out, you're like, no.
Yeah, poor little Catherine. Ooh, she got a bunch of bites.
Oh, she's got ear blood.
I know.
That
I
killed
was
her.
just not out there long enough, and apparently there were other tasty people, so I didn't get any.
Yeah, it was funny because when you started saying that, everyone was like, what? Who? So apparently just little Catherine. Sorry.
Yeah, little Catherine, ooh, got attacked.
I don't have as bad a reaction. I got about 6 on my.
Ooh,
that's a
geez,
lot.
that's a lot.
Now we know, not good.
Wow. Okay.
I had bug spray, and I said that to everybody, and
I didn't feel them until today.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was a great August birthday party. It was very fun. Ginny did a great job. So, I mean, I think it was successful. John, as one of the August birthday celebrants, how did you feel?
Yes, it was very good. Of course. It was great.
Now, is that going to be your one celebration, or are there now going to be quite a few?
Quite a few is, an overstatement, but, whatever. There's been 1 or 2 other things.
Nice. Okay. Well,
All right.
I know I put on Rosemary's card, let this be the beginning of the celebrations, because I know it's going to last. There's going to be stuff for the next 2 weeks, probably.
Right. Aren't you going out of town? With
Yes,
Rosemary?
I am. I think this is the last summer trip, and the boys leave for college, so we're all trying to do take our boys out of town for one last hurrah.
Nice. Well, there'll definitely be some birthday celebrations because that'll be her official birthday while you're
I
out.
know the pressure.
Get ready for altitude baking.
What? Oh, right.
She's thinking about it.
Oh no.
Maybe you could just buy something.
Yeah, can't we just, I mean, oh, well, there'll be a story then. Okay.
Bake
All
it
right.
and bring it with you.
Yeah, we could do that too. But since we leave tomorrow, I'm not planning to bake anything tonight.
Do it tonight.
No. Okay. All right. So thank you for listening to Family Dynamics. This was all about the August birthdays. Now, you can follow us on all of our social. That's at Family Dynamics with a K. You can also listen to us on YouTube, our YouTube channel, which is.
The Knack Entertainment YouTube channel.
So thank you for listening to
Family Dynamics.